Hi everybody, how are you? It's Jay Victoria, the Energy Queen, and I really just wanted to come on to talk a little bit because I feel like we're in such an important time right now and we really need to show up for each other with love. I know that we have a relationship even if I don't know you. Just the fact that you're watching this means that we are connected, and as somebody else in this world, I know that we look to each other for encouragement. We look to each other to be the eyes of God, the mouth of God. We're given gifts so that we can share, and I just wanted to talk to you, um, kind of in my natural state. This is you don't just see me looking like this on videos because this is me when I go out in the streets of New York to do, all the things that I do here, and yeah, some people call me a hustler. Um, but yeah, like I just wanted to come and talk to you basically because I feel like we need that sometimes, Like, why are you watching YouTube right now? What are you looking for? What answers are you looking for? I get it because I used to watch YouTube, and the people that I really loved were people who just, you know, I got something from what they said, and throughout the years, of piecing together different things I was learning, it helped life make more sense. So I hope that my unique voice and perspective can fill in some gaps for you, hopefully. And if you like what you hear here, you're gonna love my other videos because they're on different topics, and they go in depth on things. But right now, I just wanted to show up and talk. This is sort of just me, been casual, and but yeah, we're in a really important time right now. I can tell you that, um, I think for me, and I think for everybody, it's a shift that is about letting go of the deep stuff and the deep stuff getting triggered out of you. And what is the deep stuff? It's negative energy, basically. It's fear, um, and it's not part of you. So sometimes in life we can feel like a victim when things are going the way, in a way that triggers us and that feels stressful, and um, that seems to cause us to contract and um, and feel frozen and feel overwhelmed and feel like we just want to cry and we just want to um, yeah, we just feel so. I feel like as humans we can go through such a deep grieving of feeling alone, and I know what that's like. I want you to know that, just because I work with energy and I have clients, I mean, the reason I'm so good at it is because I've been through so much, and I think that's why I love my work so much, is because somebody who works with energy or is spiritual and stuff, no one is exempt from the human experience. Nobody is exempt from challenges and from triggers and from um, that terror of existence. Um, and a lot of prayers, I'm Catholic, and a lot of prayers talk about praying for happy death. And sometimes I'm like, oh, we're doing this again. I've done that already. But it's important because that's, I think, the culmination of your faith happens. Like, not all of us will die slowly or with awareness or time to think about it. But it seems like that's when we need God's compassion the most. And I think for us to be in a place where we can truly trust Him with our life, with, to get through that, whatever that suffering is like. I don't think it just comes in that moment, though I'm sure His grace can come in that moment completely if you ask for it or seek it. But I think it comes from a culminate, it comes from all the moments in your life, building trust with Him. And I think that comes through, I kind of like to think of it like little deaths, when we let go of the fear that we go through, it can feel like I think the deepest fear is the fear of death. I think that's what we're really all afraid of. So when something in your life goes wrong, we would never want to think of it like I'm afraid of dying, but I think the deepest fear is that it's like we're afraid of our life just falling away or falling apart. We're afraid of not existing, and I think that actually leads to the fear of God not being real. And so developing like a relationship with the spirit of God, the energy of God, is so important. And I don't know if I trailed off into a different direction, but I'm just going to go on this tangent. So I think it's a good one. Like, but I that's why I'm here to riff. And I think that, like, yeah, like, it's really interesting to me, to be honest, that God trained me, like, tutored me. Oh, I just saw a light go into my heart. To see energy and to clear negative energy so quickly. And I've been challenged by people for various reasons, but one of them is people saying they can't receive energy work because they're religious. And I'm just like, I find it fascinating that God and Jesus taught me how to do this. It's through the power of the resurrection that negative energy is so clear, that I can clear it so fast, like, because that's what I work with. And it's like, for me, like, I think that's my unique perspective, is what I'm saying. Like, he taught me how to see energy, understand the energy world. Every day I'm learning new things. And it's his creation. Energy is his creation. And I feel like that's such a beautiful healing thing that I'm so honored. Like, I hope that really nourishes you. I know for the people who are ready for that I just saw like a rainbow, like, energetically. Like, it's like, I hope that this brings you hope, because rainbows are a sign of hope. Because to me, what it says is, like, he is energy. This whole thing is energy, and everything religious has an energetic component. And you don't have to believe anything specific, you know? I think beliefs are very personal. But I love the fact that he trained me in energy. He trained me in the energy world. He trained me in frequency. He trained me in, like, understanding what words that were used to, like, sin and forgiveness and surrender and Jesus and the resurrection and even God, like, all of these, Mary, like, all of these, like, it's all energy. And that's the expertise that he gave me, to really understand, like, just like there are scientists who study nature or biochemistry. It's not evil. God created that. And when we understand those things better, we can do things with it. And that's what I've been doing with energy. It's like I have been given, like, a glimpse into how the energy world functions. And when we understand more about that, which is something I love to teach you about here on my channel, we can live better. And God wants us to live better. And I just love being able to make God practical and understandable through this lens of energy. It's like, and that was his idea, I believe, because I never came up with any of this. I mean, like, wow. Like, the cool thing about my business, it's similar to our lives, your life, everyone's life. It's like, he really loves us and gives us, oh my God, he loves us imagine you imagine you created anything, even if you do a drawing, or you know, if you make something, you're proud of it, you love it. Even if you make little gingerbread people, how do you feel about them? They're like your babies. Like, you know, like I made that. They're so cute. That's how he feels about us. And if we feel that way about gingerbread people, like imagine how he feels about us. Imagine how he feels about you. A 3D human being, a soul with spiritual gifts. You've lived past lives probably. You're here and you're discovering, and you're like, he's with you, right? And free will is a gift that he gives us with so much love. And wouldn't you want to do that for your creation? But wouldn't you also want your creation to acknowledge you and acknowledge your love? Wouldn't that just be beautiful? So that's how he feels about us. And I'm like one of the gingerbread people who is like really looking at like how this all happened. What were the ingredients? Like, you know, that kind of stuff. But yeah, we all have gifts, and we're all supernatural. We're all human at the same time. And I believe we really all need him. And so what I'm saying is like he is there, and nobody can make you believe that. But if it's true and you experiment with it, if you ask for help, for example, or you are open, he'll come to you. And that's really why I like that he helped me. He's helping me help people to access him through the idea of energy, because I think a lot of people are open to energy. Like that's kind of like a thing now. It's like we're going through like a cultural shift where people are more open to the concept of energy. But what I'm saying is like he gives us free will, and so when we talk about conscious creation or collaboration, co-creation with God, I think like what it looks like for me, like when I look at that or like feel that, it's like that's how I feel about my business. It's like he taught me the way things are, his creations, you know, the laws of the energy world, which I continue to discover more about. I'm so grateful every day to learn more and more, be able to impart that wisdom to you and to my clients, and test things out. I'm always testing things out before I talk about them. But he lets me have creative authority at the same time. Like, what programs do I want to create? Like, you know, like even with the skill of seeing energy and clearing negative energy, with my ability to, you know, do that. Like, I'm always being creative. And I feel like there's so much love from him to be like that. Like sometimes I felt a little bit like, oh, I should just let him do it. Like, I should just open up the gateway and let him do it. Why would I be thinking I can do it when he's God? But that's one of the things that I feel honored that he's given me, is like he gives us gifts so that we can use them. You know, me clearing energy is like Whitney Houston singing, or like Jerry Seinfeld telling a joke, or, you know, it's like you use your gifts and we can help and reach and teach each other and do things with, like, we're not just here to be like, you know, we're here to be who we are. And if you created a creation to have certain gifts, it would give you delight to watch them use those gifts, right? And so it's the same with you. Like, God is in every molecule of existence. Because of that, you're always safe. Because of that, if you start looking around, if you start interacting with his energy and talking to him and asking him questions, and, you know, especially asking for signs and stuff, you'll see it, because it's true. But you have to see it for yourself, I believe. Not just hear someone else say it. But I hope I'm like, you know, hear my testimony on that. But there's like him, and then there's also you like having free will, being able to use your gifts, being able to be creative. And I've always felt like that with my business. Like he loves it when we are creative, when we do things with what he gives us. It's like really beautiful. So yeah, so we're at a time where I think a lot of us are needing these kinds of ideas to hear that. I think a big shift I'm feeling is that God and energy aren't separate worlds. Religion and energy aren't separate worlds. Like, there's so much. I mean, they're really the same, for me at least. And I think that God is love. So I think we need to really, as the gingerbread people, we do need to kind of let down some of the pride and realize that the challenges we're going through, like sometimes they're like those times can be used to lead us to him, and we need him. Like, he created you. Why would you not want to connect? Why would you not want to get to know who that is? And imagine, like, we're beautiful creations, but imagine what he's like, and imagine how loving, if he is love itself. It's like there's so much to learn when you connect with that spark of love, which is there. You can learn and you can lean into it and talk to him. And I think that's really beautiful. And so when you're going through challenges, just remember that you're likely not going to die. And because of that, you're going to change. And the more you get open to the lesson that you're learning, how is he still here for you in this? How can you still be faithful in this? Or how can you even develop faith in this? How are you getting closer to him through the challenge? Because that faith will stay with you forever. And the challenges come and go, but the strength that you get from them does stay. And that includes higher amounts of faith. And I think that's what I wanted to say. So thank you so much for listening. I hope that you're doing well. Someone's knocking really hard at the door. It's not my door. But yeah, I hope that this helped you. I just felt like I had a message to share. Maybe someone will knock at my door next.